guys, welcome back to Paradise on Pennies. I'm Heather, and today I want to talk to you guys about stainless steel. No joke, that's today's discussion. But it's really relevant and important, especially for those of you that are trying to decide what to keep your food in, what to eat out of, and what to cook with. If you're on the road, but this also applies pretty well to just any household decision. And I'm going to make a pretty strong case for stainless steel today, and hopefully it helps you guys decide too. So for those of you that are new to this channel, we actually live on the road full time, and we've been doing so for many years. And we talk a lot here about our adventures and our challenges and how we make it work and why we choose to live on the road. This is one of our dogs we live with. And these are actually, one of these is his bowl, so he probably thinks it's dinner time. It's not dinner time yet. Maybe soon, okay? So we live on the road with our 3 dogs, and we've chose stainless steel for pretty much everything, from the dishes we eat out of to the pots that we actually keep food in and the cup I drink out of. Well, here's why. So you have a couple of decisions to make. You can use cast iron, which we do use primarily for our cooking on the fire. So that holds up really well for cooking on the fire, but a lot of other materials won't. So we might not want to put just everything on the open flame. And you have aluminum and stainless steel as another choice. And then of course we have plastics as a choice. I kind of hate using plastics in general. We do have a few random plastic dishes floating around that we've accumulated, and so we'll use them for various things. But for the most part, we've turned away from that. One of the problems with plastics is actually that it's quite permeable, and so it sort of absorbs the foods and it stains, and we don't really like that. We don't want anything that's hard to clean, and it also breaks down, and we really don't want stuff that's going to break down either. Another problem with plastic is that it also can leach into the food depending on the plastic, and we don't really want to be eating harmful chemicals either. So plastic kind of gets the boot from us because of a lot of that. So aluminum is another choice, and aluminum is typically the choice when someone wants to go lightweight, which in our case we actually do want to be lightweight. For those of you that follow us, you know that we now live in a small truck camper. We're in a fairly lightweight camper, and we chose that because, one, we wanted to basically keep it simple. We wanted to be able to put it on a smaller truck rather than having to get a real beefy truck, because for one thing it's more expensive. And in a sense, we're just kind of simple people, so we just went with the simple solution there, and that's a lightweight pop-up truck camper. Having said that, we do kind of have to watch our weight, and so we don't really want to put a lot of heavy stuff in there. So maybe aluminum would be good since it's super lightweight. I'm also a big rock hounder, so keeping all those rocks in the vehicle takes up a lot of my weight allowance in there. So altogether, weight is an issue, but aluminum also tends to tarnish, so that's one hit against it. Stainless steel does not tarnish, so that's one reason why we like stainless steel. It doesn't tarnish primarily because of chromium. Apparently chromium is added to stainless steel, and that's the reason why it doesn't tarnish like aluminum would. I learned all about chromium in a research frenzy that I like to go on. And apparently chromium has some interesting history. I learned that around World War II they actually kind of put a ban on gold mining, and they wanted to shift the mining efforts to more suitable mining for war materials, which moved it away from gold. And chromium was actually something that was turned to at that time. So, that's a little weird, but it is really nice in the form of stainless steel, so thanks chromium. Yeah, so There are a lot of other reasons to go with stainless steel, though, and maybe this next one will be the one that convinces you. It's pretty much the tipping point for me. So I also learned about Teflon pans. So in addition to our bowls and cups that we use, we also have a pot and pan that's stainless steel. And we've gone off and on with fire cooking or propane cooking, but we try to get away from propane. For one, it saves us money. It's less fuel use. And our stove did break recently, as you guys know. So if we have the choice, we do like to cook on fire anyway. But when we do cook on our propane stove, we do so with just a stainless steel pot or pan. Now, the reason I don't use Teflon pans for that is a pretty big reason. Some of you might know about the Teflon issues. I almost wanted to say scandal. If you haven't already seen, I highly recommend, in fact, I really would like you to watch some of the documentaries out there. There is one that's on YouTube. Maybe if I get a chance, I'll put the link down there if you're looking for it. It talks about some issues that happened related to Teflon, the chemicals in Teflon pans. So when you heat it up, it could be releasing these harmful chemicals into our systems. And the chemical class is usually referred to as PFOAs. Not necessarily relevant for our discussion today, but relevant and something you definitely want to look into if you don't know anything about it. They were produced for a lot of different products that were primarily made through DuPont, and they're not good for our bodies, and they're actually quite ubiquitous now in the environment. This stuff was dumped into our waterways and is found in all of our bodies. So if you don't think you have it, you probably do, because apparently the research that I uncovered says that we all do. So pretty creepy. Definitely a reason why I don't want to use Teflon pans at all. So another reason why I use stainless steel for pots and pans. But in addition, another plus, if that wasn't enough, which I think it kind of is, but these are also really easy to clean out. So when it comes to, I don't know, I didn't like that Teflon fell apart anyway, so that's another hit against using pans like that. They just fall apart. But yeah, in terms of just using, like, instead of just a pot and pan, but just we use these as our bowls to eat out of too. These are the dog bowls, and these are our bowls. But regardless, they actually, I'll do it with this instead of the dog bowl, but they clean out really easily. And that's a big plus for us too, because water's an issue. We don't want to be wasting water trying to, like, scrub the dishes. In fact, you can actually, in most cases, depending on what was in here, you can really just, like, wipe it down and use it and let it dry and use it again. We've never had a problem with that technique. But then if something really gets crusted on, you can usually scrape at it and it'll come off. These clean really easily, and it's not permeable. And if you get the kind that don't have a lot of ridges, which hopefully is the case, I mean, I went for as smooth as can be because it makes it really easy to clean. Then yeah, it'll be easy to clean on the road or even in a house. I mean, if I was still in a traditional house, I'd probably still go this way. It won't break, like glass and porcelain and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's kind of stainless steel family here. So yeah, so just a little, like, tour of the kitchen, I guess. These are the dog's bowls. This is obviously Big Boy Kluani's, Ohana's, and Lily's. That's their bowls. These are our bowls that we eat out of, and you can pretty much eat anything out of these. We're not too picky. We don't need, like, tons of different plates and bowls and silverware and all that. So these bowls serve us for most anything. I also have this stainless steel cup. I've had it for a while. I used it a lot when I backpacked. It was just a great little lightweight cup. I got it for really cheap. It was one of the cheaper options, and it turned out to be, like, my favorite cup. I love having a hot drink, like a tea or coffee or something on a cold mountain morning, so it's kind of a must for me. And again, makes it really easy to clean out too. So yeah, it's like stainless steel everything. And then on top of that, this little pot, also a backpacking pot that I used, now has turned into our little fire pot. You can tell it gets blackened. That will happen. So watch our video where we talk about, like, what to do with these fire blackened things, because you will have to consider that as well in storing them. You don't want, like, in your clothes closet or something like that. So there is a good way to store these. But yeah, so this one just serves really well for throwing some hot water on in the morning if I do want a tea or something like that. And just maybe even heating up some water to clean. And this big pot, we sort of were thinking we might want to we might need something deeper to cook in. But it turns out this has worked out really well for storing the dog's food in. We like to cook like a big vat of dog food, and then we just need somewhere to put it, especially when it's hot and when we're keeping it like for several days. So this serves really well for that. So that's what that pot is. So that's pretty much, obviously, the forks and spoons and stuff are stainless steel too. So that's pretty much the tour of our kitchen here, our stainless steel kitchen. So I hope that that's helpful and helps you guys make a decision. I think it might make you lean towards stainless steel because it definitely, all these things convinced me. Easy to clean, not permeable, so it won't suck up all the weird stuff that you put, your food that you put in there, and stain your bowls like plastic. It shouldn't be releasing anything harmful into your foods, and it won't tarnish. So big pluses there. That's it for today, guys. Just a little kitchen tour and some advice for those of you maybe getting ready to hit the road, or even in a traditional house, like I said. Again, if that was helpful, just do me a favor and just give the video a quick like. That helps me out. And if you want to see more from this channel, we have all kinds of stuff, from our adventures on the road to tips and tricks on how to live on the road, even our philosophy as to why we're living this way. We're not your conventional van life channel. We're actually on the road for some really specific reasons, part of that being an attempt to reconnect with nature and be more simplistic and live a completely different, simple lifestyle. Kind of get away from that chaotic society that is, out there. So this is a really good life, and we hope that if you guys are preparing, that these videos will help you get on the road and make the decisions and not have to go through the long decision making and switching around your setup. But you live and learn. So if you want to see more videos about that, simply just subscribe to the channel. And I've got a lot more of like kitchen related videos too. I talk about our food and foraging. So I have a playlist here called Food and Foraging. So you can get some ideas. I put some recipes up. We do a lot of campfire cooking. We do a lot of foraging. So you can find all those recipes and just great things to bring with you on the road for snacks and foods and things like that. So check that out if you're interested. And other than that, that is all for today. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. Bye.